Hello and welcome. Today I am looking at the game Starship Command. Now the first question you're going to ask is, what on earth is this game? It's made by a small indie developer, and this I'm going to read directly off their website here on the description of the game. Starship Command is a persistent world, massively single-player, real-time tactical starship simulator wrapped in an AI-driven 4X game. Starting with a lowly shuttle, you will trade and battle your way to victory, amassing a gigantic fleet customized to your liking. And the features they've listed is 7 empires to play, hundreds of sectors to colonize, trade with or attack, customize a ship with over 100 hulls and hundreds of components, amass a enormous fleet designed by you, and persistent galaxies that stays with all captains you play as. I'll talk about that last feature shortly, as I really like how they've done that. Now, the developer, he's made the game himself. He's the only developer. The only thing he hasn't made himself is the font and the music. This is his first full release game, and it only very recently came out of the beta stage. He does still have a lot of plans of what to add, which is he's listed as boarding parties, ship captures, away missions, space monsters, and some more general usability features, such as syncing the saves between the devices. Because this game is available on Windows, Mac, and Android. I've only ever played the Windows version, so I have no idea how the game plays on Android or Mac. But stability wise, this game does play pretty well on a computer, except for a few minor performance issues, which I will go into later. Now, as you look at the menu screen, it's pretty basic. You only have 3 options, well 4 options here really. Audio on or off, music on or off, tooltips delay, which is these little poppers which appear. Turn that to delayed, it takes a bit longer to appear, or disable them altogether. And toggle full screen, and just deleting your save data in the clear button down here. That's it. That's all the options you have. There's no graphics options, resolution, nothing like that. Personally, I have a dual monitor setup, and this game always launches for me on the wrong monitor, so I have to drag it across and then full screen it, which the developer should be able to patch. I'm not sure what engine this is built on, but I don't see why you couldn't. Now, when you go to play the game, okay, this is my current character I have, which I'll load in a second. But this is the screen you normally get. At the beginning, when you do click Start Game, it will generate your galaxy, which has hundreds of sectors and is generally randomized. So every time you play, you'll have something different. Captain name up here, and your ship name. Now you have the choice of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 empires. And they each have, it's your standard variation here. You have a well-balanced empire, you have, this is just like a trading empire. And this one, well, they just sort of have their different benefits. And personally, I find this font very difficult for me to read, which is why I'm sort of hesitating a second before I actually talk, because my eyes just do not cooperate with this. Like, hold there, I don't recognise it as a D. My brain just doesn't agree with this font. Then you have, like, this is a sort of rebel type empire, from what I can tell. Long range weapons, and that's around it really. The rest of them is pretty basic. And the main benefit of these is, except for this one here, is which are mainly basic training, that the rest is just how the kind of weapons they have. This is the one I use. and it's one I've managed to play the most on and actually win a battle. The battle system for this is rather interesting. It took me a while to get my head around it. So I'm just going to load my out to here, and this is your galaxy screen. This is where you have the entire world you can explore. At the moment you can't see much because as you explore it will then discover the sectors around it. Each one of these is a different sector, but part of a sector. Up here, top left, you have how the empires feel about you. I've only discovered one empire, who are these yellow guys here, and they are currently at war with me. Because down arrow means war, up arrow means peace. And from here, there's a quest system in this. All the exclamation marks where all the quests are. Any ones with a little cross on, they're ones with... I forgot what they're called. Like, ship stations. Shipyards, there we go, shipyards. And down at the bottom left, you got travel time. So you click on one up here, and take me almost 3 turns. Every turn the empires will make a move, and people can attack you and such. So as you travel across the galaxy, there'll be a little warning appear here, which I'll show you later, which basically says there's someone chasing you. Now, down here is RADs. This is a system I'm not actually a huge fan of. As you travel across, like, if I want to travel from down here where I am, ooh, there we go, the warning just appeared, because I'm halfway through space. Get to that. Go back to galaxy view for a second. If I want to travel from down here to the other end, I will build up so much radiation. It's down here, it says plus 198 radiation in that trip. When RADs hits 100, your ship will stop. And over time, the RADs go down by themselves, and you can't move until it's below 100. Of course, you move again, they go up, and you stop. It can be a pain. The only quick way to get with them is go to shipyards, which there are quite a few in this system, so it's not so painful, but a couple of the other times I've started, there have not been that many shipyards. And down here you have the Stargate. Every time a month ticks by, which is the 57 here, that goes to 58, the empires will make a move, which you'll see in a second. Ooh, I'm still being chased. If you click that warning when it appears, then it starts the battle. Okay, we didn't see anything that time, because several times, like the grey ones, are unclaimed by any empire. So, as ticks go by, certain areas will be taken over by one empire, others will be lost, and so on. So it's a constantly dynamic changing environment, which is rather nice. Now let's say I want to fly over here, click over there, click engage, ship will fly over. The problem I have with these warnings when they appear, they never last for long, so if you do want to click on it to start the battle, I've never been able to click on it fast enough. And here is the sector we've just flown to, and what's in it. I had a quest come in, so click this and it completes the job. I automatically get the credits from the job. I can do the job board, and someone wants a ride to sector 4.94.1, which is a fair distance away, but the payment is 1.5 million credits, so I'll take that one because I'm sure I'll eventually get over there. Now, the market. This is a relatively simple system. You go to one sector, you can buy what whatever that planet produces. So this one makes a micro-make flash conditioner. And you buy them, you can go, the further away the sector is from where you bought it, the more it's worth. So I've currently got 125 units of, it doesn't tell me what I bought, so of something else I've bought. So what I normally do whenever I go to a new place, I sell what I've got, I buy maximum of the new one. I've now got 125 of these, which cost me a fair bit, but it's worth it. And I currently have 3.5 million credits. Bearing in mind this current save, I am actually only half an hour into the game. So game money isn't a huge problem, and allows you to build up your fleet pretty easily. Now, the economy system. This is where stuff gets slightly confusing, because you can spend credits to increase and decrease the economy of somewhere colonized. When you increase the economy, the empire who sort of have colonized that planet will be more in favor with you. And if you decrease it, they will like it less. In an uncolonized sector, which are the ones with the grey circles on the galaxy map, colonize them, you will then start getting taxes from that. And you can also claim a place by decreasing the economy until it gets down to 0. Then you can colonize it and then increase the economy. And that just cost me a small fortune just showing that example. And to give you basic info on the planet, I've never actually had to use the screen, so I'm not really sure what the use of that is. So if we go back, let's go to a shipyard, so I can show you the ship building section. You've also got the captain's log up here. Apparently I've been bribing local officials. I don't remember doing that. Why did I do that? Oh, that's when I was crashing the economy. And this is a log of everything I've done in the game. And all the jobs I have. Now the problem I have with this job screen is it doesn't say how much I'm going to get for the job, so I can't prioritize jobs based on the earnings. I know somewhere on this list I have a job for something like 4 million credits, and I have no idea which one it is, so I can't prioritize that one. So you just have to hope when you go to a sector, you will complete that job. Now, there's nothing. You really don't even need to read the text on here, since it doesn't make a difference. There's nothing different you have to do depending on what the job is. It just depends where you drop them off. In a few jobs it's been take this package to this place and don't look inside type thing, and you end up flying to the sun and chucking it into the sun, which I actually quite like that. I thought that was quite. I haven't seen that sort of quest in a game before. But there's nothing. All you do is fly to a place, complete the job. However, despite that, it is actually quite enjoyable. Now, shipyards. I can have a look at my existing ships. This is the one I started with, which I'm going to repair and restock, and I can upgrade it to. The hulls are the sort of type of ship it is. It allows you to sort of do a bit more. This is my. Is a frigate, I believe. Yeah, frigate. This is one I mainly use for attacking. the buy screen has a lot of options on it. The more colonized and the better the economy sort of around the shipyard, the more the shipyard has to offer. Which you can also see. Oh, close the shipyard. We go back to Galaxy View, click there, and this sector development up here, it's only 2 stars. When if I head over to, where's my favourite shipyard? Not that one. Head over this one, because it's fully developed. Over there, VAD's going up. Over there goes the shipyard. And there's already a lot more variety in what I can do. You can simply buy a new ship, name it here, Magathor, let's call it Magathor, and choose what hull for it to have. So we've got freighters, we've got tons of cargo space. I'm gonna go for how much money have we got? I'm gonna go for a basic Corvette. That should be pretty quick since their mass is low, I believe. Just gonna buy the basic of everything. Now this mistake I've made before is if you don't buy all the components, the ship gets pretty limited on what I can do. I need the fast and light drives for me to actually be able to fly around the galaxy map. Because when I first got this ship, I didn't buy an FTL drive, which is fast and light. And I was moving so slowly, it's unbelievable. I didn't get anywhere. The standard drives, which, well, slower than light drives, you need for when you're doing a battle. If you don't have them, you basically don't move. Get one of them, I want a bit of a better weapon. Let's get first military blaster. Shields, yes. Secondary weapon. There's no difference in price between these two, it's just more damage. There's a few small bugs in this, I find, because this doesn't make much sense. Basic torpedo Mark 1, 150,000. Mark 2, double the damage, same price. This one, triple the damage of the first one, and it's still the same price. So it's a no-brainer, I'm going to buy the most powerful one. So I do get... Aha, that's what I've been doing wrong. You choose... There's sort of 2 sides of the... You got the primary and secondary weapons, and you need to switch depending on what you're doing. So I've already bought a primary, then did the secondary. I forgot to switch, so now the secondary is equipped over the primary. So go to the second one, and what weapon did I have? Let's go for... Let's go for that one. Military Blaster Mark 2. Because this... I keep forgetting what my ships are. This frigate can have multiple weapons. More than 2 on the other, like on the other one. So I'm gonna equip quite a few weapons on this. Yeah, I do. And now, let's see if we can actually find a battle. Let's travel a good old distance. Let's head over here. Gauge. Okay, mouse click on the warning this time. Okay, just gonna pause the game while I turn the time to 0. This is your battle screen. You have the 3 ships I bought here. And this is the enemy ship flying towards us. You can see their shield status on here, the ships they have on the right. And this is our power management. If you have a more basic ship, because I've upgraded the hell out of my primary ship, you have to balance the power management, so you can't have engines that full and have the FTL drive at full as well as the weapon and shields like I do now, because it would just overload it. And if you start overloading, the temperature will go up. Once that heat hits the max, plasma will start to be made, and if you don't vent it in time, basically all your engines will shut down. Now, engines dictate how fast you move around just the general space. The FTL drive in this instance is your boost, effectively. So you create it for how long, but it does stop under certain circumstances. Wait. Huh? It's mainly if you get shot by certain weapons, it will disable your FTL drive. If you want to run from the battle, you have 2 options. You abandon your ship and that's it, you lose your ship. And you effectively start again. If the other way is if you manage to have your FTL on for 30 seconds, the message will pop up down here saying retreat. Now I can control what way my guy goes by clicking direction and start turning that direction. The other 2 ships, they're AI control. We have the buttons up here. I can choose them toggle on off attack. I can authorise them to use their primary fire and their secondary fire, which I will. They're currently set to follow me, and I'll authorise FTL as well. Down here we have the basic zoom and time. So let's speed this up a bit. Now this is one performance issue I've noticed. When I have it on 0 time for a while, then I go to boost it back up, it lags for a second. So we just give it a minute. There we go, and it's back. Okay, that took around 3 minutes for the game to come back there. It did take that long last time, I don't know what's going on, but it should be fixed by a simple patch. Okay, turn on my primary. Now this bubble here is my range. Once I get within there, I go automatically start firing. Now this is just my range. The other ships have different ranges depending on their weapons. Like that's already I assume that's the secondary fire. There we go. And we are just completely tearing him to shreds right now. His shields are going down. There's no damage to us. And he's down. Getting 150,000 credits for that battle. Now, obviously it is pretty early in the game, and that was very basic battle. It was a 3v1. They didn't stand a chance. Now, there we go, arrived at the sector. Complete job. Let's see how much money I got now. It's like job gave me a good 700,000 credits. And that is the basics of the game. Sort of, it's basic. I would admit it's a pretty basic game once you get the mechanics under your belt and how the economy works and such. But overall, it's actually a pretty enjoyable game, and it does have some pretty unique features. It could do with a few patches. because the thing that bugs me a fair bit at the moment is there's no back to the menu button at the moment. So if I want to exit the game, I'd have to actually engage, and then I click back to menu. Just a few glitches like that. And the other main feature I like, if you do die, then you don't actually start a fresh game. You just make a new captain. You can change the empire he's in and such, but the world stays the same. So how much work you put into the economy and such will still be there. You obviously won't get any money from the places you've colonized, but they're still there. So you keep playing on the same galaxy for as long as you like, which is a pretty nice feature. Instead of starting the game, starting the game again from fresh and having to go through that again. And that is the basics covered. Basics gameplay, and now for the conclusion. Now, here's what I think the game needs, or what I really believe is lacking in. Firstly, there's a few more features it needs. There's no exit button on the main menu, which is a must on any game, because I have to press F11 then the close button on the window in order to exit the game. Could do with a menu button on the other screens, because at the moment it's only on the one on the actual sectors you're in. The job list could do with showing the reward amount for the jobs, and could do with an easier way to see how much money you have, since the only way is to bring up the market or economy on a planet in a sector. That's the only way to see how much money you have. The tutorial, which I didn't actually end up showing you because it is just a massive wall of text and it's easier for me to just explain it over the video. It could do with an actual interactive instruction. You could do a bit more sort of purpose out of exploring, because at the moment all you do is go to sectors, either go to a shipyard or do the economy or complete a quest. You could do with more purpose on a planet. So some more control of what you could do. I can't think off the top of my head what the developer can add, but could you just like extra bit you could do? So it's like change what a planet produces, or build stuff on the actual planets, and it could do more variety in the quests. All you do is go to a sector to complete the quest. You could do with actually doing something more than just flying to a place, clicking complete. If you actually had to do a task, then that would be a lot better. The rad system on flying I'm not a huge fan of, because if it gets 100 rads and there's no shipyard nearby, you just have to sit around and wait. And waiting for a centipede in any game is never a good thing. The cost of the game is $7.50, which I will admit I've sunk good 5-6 hours into this game, playing around, testing the features, ready for this video. But $7.50, when it's got a few more features, yeah, I'd happily pay that price. But for the minute, with the state it's in, until they add a bit more, I wouldn't want to pay that price personally. That's my personal opinion on the price there. But what I do like about the game is how large the map is and how it's dynamically generated. That's always a good feature in any game, because it means you can keep playing it over and over again and get different outcomes each time. The battle system, once I got the hang of it, I actually really enjoyed, because you have a lot of control over the battles. I haven't really seen a battle system like that before. Yes, there are games where you fly around in space, do battles like that, but it's not the same as how he's done it. I actually quite like the battle system there. Go back and watch the gameplay section if you want to have another look, but I quite like that system. There's also the large customization in the fleets you can do and what you can buy, because you can have a huge fleet with a huge variety of ships in that. They can all have different weapons, secondary weapons, speeds. So once you play the game for a bit longer, you can have a fleet of sort of 10, 20, 30 ships. And it allows for that much more variety. It allows you to build your own custom fleet exactly how you want it. It's not you just have the choice of 5 ships and that's it. You can sort of sub-customize them, and I like that. There's how dynamic the game is, with how the Empire's taken over places, colonising and expanding. A lot of it you don't actually see in the background until you've explored more of the map. But I do quite like that feature. I like games where the environment constantly changes, it's not the same, and it's not purely player driven either. And the variety of empires is very nice for the size the map is, because you're gonna constantly meet different empires, different threats, and so on. It's not like you're constantly fighting the same enemy every time, because each empire has different weapons, different strengths, different weaknesses. So you have to actually play to those strengths and weaknesses in order to succeed in battle, which I really like. Overall, I would say it's a pretty good game. Obviously, it's not up there with the big titles because it's made by one guy, and so it's an unfair comparison. But for an indie game, I actually really like it. Once he's added a bit more to the game, fixed a few of the issues it has, I'd actually play it a fair bit. Well, thanks for watching, guys. If you want me to look at another game, please let me know. Like and subscribe to keep up to date with all my videos. They come out every Monday, Wednesday and Friday. See you later.